हेलो फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। स्वागत है आपका, आप सभी का मेरे इस न्यू टॉपिक में। टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक which will concern you all, and that is corporate restructuring. What is corporate restructuring, why it is done, when it is required to do, and what are the various modes by which corporate restructuring can take place, we will all get to know through this lecture. So let's start with first things first. Every organization or every entity wants growth. Be it as an individual, be it as a corporate, everyone wants growth. You can't be static and you can't be happy. In order to be happy, you need to grow. You need to increase, enhance your capacity, enhance your skills. But how is that done? For a corporate, there are two ways. Number one, growth can be organic or growth can be inorganic. By organic, we mean that the company may increase the profitability by increasing its revenues or by reducing its cost. These are the only two ways to increase the profitability of the organization. But the organic growth is very slow and time consuming. It takes n number of years to reach that goal of increasing profitability and going on by that pace of organic growth. In the today's scenario, the people or the organization don't have that much of patience. They want to become big as soon as possible. But what is the shortcut? There is no shortcut. Either you go for organic growth, or number two, you can go for inorganic growth. What is inorganic growth? Inorganic growth can take place by restructuring your entity or by revamping your entity. What is restructuring? The Oxford Dictionary defines restructuring as giving a new structure to your entity. Totally revamp kar dena. Like many times what happens as a women, what we feel like, we feel that now we have become dull. We need to revamp ourselves with the latest trends, latest fashion. We go to salon, we go to spa, we go to shopping mall in order to revamp ourselves, which is also very required at time to time. Similarly, from an organization point of view, the restructuring is required many a times when an organization's particular unit becomes sick. It becomes totally loss making and there is no scope of profit. What to be done in that particular case? What to be done? The only thing which we can do is by doing inorganic growth. Now, how to do inorganic growth? There may be various modes. Number one, financial restructuring. Number two, technological restructuring. Number three, market restructuring. And number four is organizational restructuring. In financial restructuring, we can go for buying back the shares or we can go for mergers. Mergers we will be discussing in the next, will be discussed afterwards. So let's go back to my financial restructuring. Financial restructuring, we can go for buyback, we can go for mergers, we can go for joint ventures. Number two, we can go for technological restructuring. Many a times the organizations may want to acquire a technical expertise or a know-how. For that, it needs to restructure technologically. Number three or number third, market restructuring. A firm or an entity may want to change or alter its product or alter its market. That may be known as market restructuring. And number fourth, organizational restructuring. Many a times, there may be a change required in the top management of the organization because the existing management is incompetent enough. Either we can hire specialized professionals for this purpose or we can go for entire removal of the top management and bringing all the new directors on board, and that would be known as organizational restructuring. There may be many modes for doing the restructuring. Number one is expansion. Expansion means to increase or enhance the capacity. Number two, mergers, which we will be discussing in the next slide. Number three, there may be consolidations. Number four, there may be joint ventures. And number fifth, there may be acquisitions. Acquisitions are hostile and acquisitions may be friendly. So let's move to mergers. What are the various types of mergers and acquisitions. There are four kinds of mergers. Number one, there is vertical merger. Vertical merger means merger of two or more firms in the same kind of industry. For example, the merger of Vodafone and Idea to form a new brand called Vi, which is a very recent case of a Vodafone and Idea both into the same telecom industry merger. Number two, there may be horizontal merger, means the merging of two or more firms having performing different functions in the same kind of industry. For example, you are into a trading business but you don't do manufacturing, so you may merge with the firm which manufactures, and overall an entity will be formed which will be like one stop all solutions. So isn't it a good way? Number third, co-generic merger, means merger of two or more firms belonging to the same related business. For example, merger of insurance company with a mutual fund project. And number four is conglomerate merger. Conglomerate merger means merger of two or more firms operating in various kinds of a business, which means the company wants to diversify. We all know that diversification reduces risk, and when the risks are reduced, the profits are increased. So this is also one mode of doing mergers. After having discussed four kinds of merger, what we also will like to know is there is one more mode which is known as acquisition or takeovers. But mind you, takeovers are not always friendly. They may be hostile as well. So there are two kinds of acquisitions, hostile and friendly.